Let me.
I don't know. Is there a secret cave over here? I'm lucky gonna make a waterfall block off that.
Hey, Capri, why are both rounds activated?
Oh, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
Why?
I'm serious.
Funny, bro. He thinks it's funny.
Go check it.
No, it's not. Offline.
I legit logged into it just now.
What the heck?
Alright, unless it's just bugging.
Huh? Bro, what is up with this?
So you're actually going for the full fighting him with fist.
Yeah, I've been in that third phase now. The thing that messes me up is that he does like the ground pound attack, and then
Ground pound
Why
attack.
is it activated? What the hell?
Ground pound attack.
Okay,
You stay away from at all.
the ground pound. Okay, no. Just the attack where he sends you like the mental blast. Ground pound.
Ryan discovered a woodland mansion February 9th. That's crazy.
In Hollywood at that time, Scientology was just simply a no-go. The lawyers would just say no, and whether they said, look, you're right, you gotta prove this shit completely of parody. We don't want to risk it, and we don't want to go to court, and they sue everybody. Our number one story in the countdown tonight, True Scientology and South Park. We were told that people involved in the and that show pulled on the air, and it was. One of the touchiest episodes was about Scientology, a notoriously litigious group.
I believe recently quit his job as the voice of the character.
But half the battle was getting it out. What had gone on the air.
Hayes said he left because of quote.
Hopefully there's nothing in my way and I can just fall straight down into it.
So Scientology, you may have won this battle, but the billion-year war for Earth has just begun.
Alright, classic. Enjoyed that a little bit. As you can see, today we're talking about one of South Park's most controversial episodes. Now, if you've attended any of my lectures in the past, you're probably well aware of the fact that South Park is pretty controversial. In fact, you probably have at least some knowledge on the controversy we'll be talking about today, considering its large section in my most popular lecture and the large-scale news coverage it received at the time. But even if you watched that lecture, you probably don't know the details of the situation.
Did I kill Brian? I asked the A-ball and it said yes. You at?
Today, we're talking about that time that South Park took on one of the scariest.
Alright, where you at, bro?
Hollywood, an organization that struck fear into the hearts of
Don't run from me, bro.
Considered for many
It's only gonna get worse.
We're talking about
Betty's angry.
Well, see, all of that scary and threatening stuff I just said used to be true.
Get obsidian, bro. Holy, the freaking cobwebs are eating me up.
Significantly more bark than bite. In fact, it's very likely that
Oh,
this
that was lucky
single
for
episode of South Park not only exposed the true nature of Scientology to the general public for the very first time, but starts a chain reaction of events that cause such immense, irreversible damage.
What even is Scientology?
I have no idea, bro. Group of weirdos.
Continuing descent into obscurity can be directly traced back to the release of this episode. To put it simply,
Group of scammers. You ever get scammed on?
You are a scammer, filet mignon. And I threw away my fucking arrows.
Stupid.
There has to be a fucking zombie spawner around here.
No, Brian, you was done. Diamond pickaxe because I want to go to the nether as quickly as possible. I want to make the golden apples so that I can have infinite mending and infinite increasing death. A white sheep with a brown sheep? Oh, she.
Alright, Juan, is it valid for me to make a fucking diamond sword to deal with everything outside?
No.
know what else?
Nah, not yet.
Diamond X?
And you know who else loves fighter
Eh,
games? Everyone. So that's why you should go and check out today's.
¿manda? ¿Como agua? Tengo
Alright, I have
esto.
enough. I have the diamond
Okay.
pickaxe and X.
Oh,
This chicken's running from
ahorita
me.
me robo.
He knows I'm finna eat him for dinner. Come here.
War Thunder is the most comprehensive vehicle combat game ever made. You can take command of over 2,500 different vehicles, including tanks, planes, helicopters, and ships. War Thunder also has one of the most sophisticated vehicle damage models in all of gaming. Every vehicle is intricately modeled down to its individual components, like engine, fuel tanks, weapons, and crew, all susceptible to damage or disabling from enemy fire. The game also offers an insanely comprehensive customization system with countless different
Ending and then I'm
cameras,
getting fortune
markings,
first. Right?
decorations, and all types of stuff for all different types of vehicles. Thanks to all these small little details, it is incredibly easy to become immersed in the intense combat of War Thunder. My favorite part of War Thunder is just how intense the combat gets. When you're fully immersed in this game, it really is a feeling that's hard to find in many other games. And the best part is this game is totally free. You can play War Thunder for free on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. Just use
Bro,
my
I'm over
link
here
in the video
sliming out the
description.
fucking graveyard and
If you're a new
shit.
player or you haven't played in over 6 months, you get a massive bonus pack that includes multiple premium vehicles and an exclusive vehicle decorator, 100,000 silver lions, 7 days of premium account. And this is only for a limited time, so that's why you need to go click the link in the description or pinned comment.
You don't give me 5 diamonds, you die.
70 million players by downloading War Thunder. And thank you to War Thunder for sponsoring this video. Now, I'm going to assume that you all know what Scientology is by now, but I think it's important to give some general information.
Alright, bro, get my
about the
bitch ass out this
religion,
cave.
and I use that word very lightly, as well as get an idea of what the general public's knowledge of Scientology was like before the release of this episode. In short, they didn't know much. In 2005, Scientology had already been around for decades, with many sources claiming the church reached its peak anywhere from the late 70s to the early 90s. In terms of how many Scientologists there were at their peak, it's pretty ambiguous, with some people claiming they never broke 30,000 and others claiming upwards of 700,000. As you'll see, the church tends to be pretty unreliable when releasing any information about themselves, so it seems like the true scale of Scientology will never really be known. At this time in the mid-2000s, the general public had heard of Scientology. Like I said, it had been around for decades, and over that time it had picked up some rather well-known people, such as Tom
Find
Cruise,
some
who had become
obsidian.
a public advocate for the group as early as the 1990s, and quickly became the face of the church. This meant that knowledge of Scientology was very surface level in the mainstream. People had heard of it, but no one really knew anything about
Nope,
it.
get my ass away from that. Get the bitch ass in the fire.
When the face of Scientology
I know
took
I
over
did not just
in
search no damn video to
2005,
research Scientology.
activity had been hitting the slopes
No,
of the green room.
I'm watching a.
I'm guessing the reason you asked was because you were watching the video.
Yeah, I'm watching the time South Park took down an entire religion.
Though he didn't directly speak
Scientology
on
was a religion?
Scientology in the interview,
Yeah.
he would later make some statements that directly echoed the beliefs of Scientology, going after Brooke Shields for her antidepressant use. You see, Scientology doesn't really like the idea of psychiatry. In fact, Dianetics, which is one of the core principles of Scientology, was created as essentially a replacement for psychiatric care. A month later, in an interview with Matt Lauer, Cruise would expand on these views, calling psychiatry a pseudoscience and condemning any use of psychiatric drugs. Interestingly enough,
How many diamonds?
Not
diamonds. How many obsidians? Should I just take 20?
The problem was his insistence that there are absolutely no cases
Hmm?
where this is used.
Just 20 obsidian, right?
To accept psychiatry as a
What, for
legitimate
what?
medical practice.
For a portal
Also, the
and
fact that as
enchantment
the
table?
went on, it seems like he's getting
Oh,
increasingly
the hell?
angrier.
Duh.
Starkly contrasting the lighthearted, joking attitude he shared literally
Because
over
10
the
for a
to the
portal
point
now.
where he's essentially yelling at Matt Lauer. And isn't that also
No.
Then? How many?
Yeah, it is. It's 14.
So for
How the hell
first
did you
time,
get
the general
20?
public
Where
gets
did you get
involved
20
in
from?
the beliefs of this group.
The 20
And their first
fucking
impression is that Scientology,
hidden estimate,
despite
cuh.
the name, seems to be rather far removed from any form of science.
An
And the
estimate?
spokesperson for the
Got
group
an estimate
claims
off of that when you
like
knew how much the portal was. You know the damn crap enchantment table does not take that much obsidian.
So now all the
Are
general
you
public knows about
stupid?
Scientology,
Kinda.
don't believe in psychiatry, and their main
Oh my gosh.
spokesperson might be clinically
Bro, if I
insane.
die,
And with that,
I might die.
creators of an adult animated TV
Tell my
show
children that
decided it was time to
they
The
are getting
children?
nothing.
and
When they, why didn't I meet the little Caprice?
They had to share it
Hell
with the
no.
public, and this was
That's
even
exactly
bigger
why.
yet. Stan, you want to hear the great secret Doctor of Life?
God damn, I'm one
If I died
HP.
at this fall damage, I'm gonna be so sad.
Alright, go ahead.
Get me away from here!
Oh my goodness. My goodness.
On November 16th, 2005, episode 12 of the 9th season of South Park would air on Comedy Central, simply titled Trapped in the Closet. The episode opens with the boys looking for something fun to do on a Saturday, with Stan insisting that they do something that's free since he's saving up for a new bike. Cartman, being annoyed by this, reminds Stan of the first law of physics.
Anything that's fun costs at least $8.
The rest of the boys then go to play laser tag. Side note, you know you're broke, even Kenny's important to get something to do. So while Stan is out looking for some fun, free activity, he just so happens to pass by some present folks offering free personality tests and talking about something called Scientology. Apparently, it's a cool new thing, as celebrities like Tom Cruise and John Travolta are Scientologists themselves. Stan begins to notice that all of this is very religion-like, so he asks about it, and their response isn't very reassuring.
And how come that sign says Church of Scientology?
Gaylord.
That's just this thing. What's the different Bronco record now? 6 and 2? One of the Scientologists then begins asking Stan some questions, and by the time he's done, he comes to the conclusion that Stan is horribly miserable and depressed. In his mind, there's only one solution to this.
What do I do?
Very simple. You just need $240. Stan then heads home to discuss his depression with his parents, asking them to pay for the $200.
Stanley, I didn't know you were miserable. Neither did I.
They say that if he really wants it, he should spend the money he's saving for his bike. And even though he's a bit more hesitant, he decides that it's worth it. Yeah, well, just like the rest of us, you have to make choices with your money. You want a bike, or do you want to not be depressed?
Alright, so what are your thoughts on Megan Thee Stallion at DreamCon?
The founder and
Don't go crazy.
by the name of L. Ron Hubbard. Now, L. Ron has his own extensive history that the episode doesn't dive into.
UZW, you've seen everything, but like, I'm not going. I don't think we're gonna go DreamCon.
Yeah, cause it's this weekend.
Is this weekend? Oh dang, tickets
Yeah,
over
we're
200.
definitely
Let's
not
go.
Such as, you don't get rich writing science fiction. If you want to get rich, start a religion. Bit on the nose there, Elron. They continue to explain that he discovered that the body has genes that cause negative emotion, which can be read by a device called an e-meter. Now, at this point, you may notice that it seems like they really did a lot of research into how Scientology recruits people, and according to ex-Scientologists, their portrayal is very accurate. So these are actual questions on Scientology's personality test. We just need $240. I mean, that's exactly how that goes. The standard response to every item on the test evaluation that they go, Scientology can help you with that. And then they sell you an introductory course. Well, there's a reason for that. First of all, I want to give a huge shout out to Andrew Gold. Funnily enough, he's the same guy who interviewed Jesse Morton, the man who made the threads for South Park after
So, Capri,
episode 200, made a whole video
when
about
is your
that.
Don YouTube cosplay gonna
Andrew
drop?
also interviewed Mark Eaton,
Never.
an ex-Scientologist
Why not?
who's now advocating against Scientology.
I think I'm a weirdo.
Tons of information about how exactly South
Nah, cause you said you were gonna do it.
and I highly recommend
Yeah,
I
where's
did
the
it.
pillow?
the time, as I will be referencing.
I still haven't got that out, bro.
In this interview, Mark mentioned that one of the
It's been
reasons
2 years,
South Park is so
God.
powerful on Scientology is
Bro, it's sad looks. It's sad looks, bro.
a journalist
I don't even have that. What the hell, y'all? Beat
Someone said, "This is really what's happening." What's up?
He's essentially an
By tonight?
Scientology, and Matt and Trey work
Uh,
directly with
all right, then.
this episode. So while Stan
Say-
gets level thread,
I gotta go do the
realize
book
that
stuff
Stan is a very special
tonight.
boy. There's only one
Book
person
stuff.
ever registered OT9 in the
For
history
album.
of our church.
You got you slaving.
Not slaving. I'm getting paid.
No.
Swarmed by
Get paid, buddy.
Scientologists hoping to get a look at
I'm getting paid.
information of their
For information.
Hey, Capri, we should go help out Juan.
found their way.
Hell no.
Of course, it's Tom Cruise who seeks approval and is acting with the lead of Stan. Stan's answer is
Why
Don't these
not?
don't want to help?
Tom was looking for.
Yeah.
What are these for? The children? I don't care. I don't care about no damn children.
Juan will pay us, right, Juan?
You're not Gene Hackman or that guy that
What's
plays
up?
Napoleon Dynamite, but you're okay.
Can we go help we'll get paid?
Yup.
No. He's a liar. I knew it.
Try as they might, they
How much
could
are we
not
getting paid,
manage
Juan?
to get Tom Cruise to believe the law.
This sister just big fat liars.
Chicken nuggets.
Bro, this
From
I want
Chick-fil-A?
chicken nuggets. What am I, an amateur? Ooh. That's debatable. We could talk numbers if it's a certain place.
Go read. Juan, from Chick-fil-A?
What's up from Chick-fil-A? Bet.
Oh man. Oh man. What's up?
We're gonna,
What's up,
we're
Juan?
gonna
What
do
we
this
talking?
Sunday.
Sunday? Okay.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Thinks I'm free on today. Are you serious? You know I'm employed.
I thought the issue was like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, leave,
I
bro.
thought your issue's been here like, oh, there's no Chick-fil-A Sunday.